Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the Fine Arts online classes. Today we are going to learn our third chapter, the Pahari School of Miniature Painting. You know where is this Pahari School of Miniature Paintings originated? This school is originated in hill state of Bhasoli and it is situated on the bank of the river Ravi. And when it is situated in 1690 AD. There are some main centers which are Guler, Chamba, Mandi, Kangra, Gharwal and Kullu. Those are the main centers for Prahari School. Besides these, Jammu, Srinagar, Nurpur, Mankot, Nalgar and the plains of Punjab become its sub-centers. Now I would like to know what do you understand by the meaning Pahari? Why it is called Pahari School of Miniature Painting? Let me tell you. In South Asia, someone from the hills means a hillman is specifically a member of any of various peoples living in the Himalayas or in Himalayan region of India and Nepal are called Pahari. Now Pahari painting, it's literally meaning a painting from mountains region. What do we say in Hindi? Pahar means a mountain, right? So Pahari means Pahari painting. It means those paintings where mountains are being shown. It is an umbrella term used for a form of Indian painting done mostly in miniature forms originating from Himalayan hills. Kingdom of North India, right? Himalayas are the kingdom of North India. During 17th-19th century, notably Bhasoli, Mankot, Nurpur, Chamba, Mandi, Kangra, Gharwal and Kullu was its main centers. Artist Nayan Sukh was the master of these paintings. Now let's learn about the Bhasoli sub-school of miniature painting. This style came into existence when Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb had restricted all the forms of art in his court. In the middle of 17th century, the court painter artist moved towards the hilly states. So they implemented technical coordination of various elements of the Mughal style into the art forms previously existed there. So this is the mixture. The new form of art that came into existence was called Sub-School of Bhasoli Miniature Painting. Although these artists were subservient to their patterns, yet they were fully independent in selecting the subject matter. In their new paintings, they included specific elements of the Mughal style. Now, what are the themes of these paintings? Themes were Ras Manjari, Ramayan, Geet Govind, Ragmala. These were the themes of these paintings. What were the characteristics and specification of these paintings? The style are almost square in shape. Double-storied or high-towered buildings have been shown in the background of these paintings. Hilly environment was there. Rivers, waterfalls, clouds, lotus and other flowers have been used as ornamental elements in these paintings. It means they have created backgrounds using these elements basically. Now next one is Guler Sub-School. Guler is famous for both types of the paintings, individual and subjective. Wonderfully integrated the mysteriousness and the beauty of women. Now let's see some characteristics. Extraordinary tenderness in colors, extraordinary execution of work, wonderful thinness of underlining, emotional delineations, and the perspective provide excellence to Guler's painting. Now next is Kangra Sub-School of Miniature Painting. Kangra are glory of Pahari paintings. In these paintings, we can feel the smell of the soil of that place. This is so beautiful. Tenderly engraved features of women are pleasing. You know the human portraits, what they have painted there, no? They are very natural and beautiful. Now let's see what are the topics of the paintings in Kangra Sub School. The topics are Keshav Das, poetry, Rasik Priya, okay, has been the lovely topic of Kangra style painters. Radha Krishna have sometimes been painted as a lover, beloved, and the other side as an actor, actresses. They have painted the love stories of Sasi Panno, Heer Ranja, and Soni Mahiwal, and many more. Now let's see the characteristics. The paintings they have painted are painted with the red, yellow, and blue basic colors. These colors are precise and decorative. See, the delineation of beautiful margins, ornaments, and buildings are praiseworthy. Balanced shapes of trees and panoramic natural scenes, magnificence teeming with the leaves, flowers, shrubs, and hills provide a specialty to the Kangra style paintings. Next is Chamba Sub School of Miniature Paintings. These are inordinate bewitchings. Unusual figures of women give distinct identity to miniature paintings of Chamba. The painters of this style have been prominently showed red and blue colors with the coordination of artistry and techniques. Next is Gharwal Sub School of Miniature Painting. It looks like Guler style. These paintings painted with charmness of colors, clarity in expressions, and tenderness of beauty. These are systematic paintings, and two developed symbolic designs is the specialty of Hindu Nalangra art. Now let's study the miniature paintings of Pahari schools. The very first is Krishna with gopis. This is such a beautiful painting. You can see this in the picture. The painter name is Manaku. This is a Bhasoli Sub School painting. The medium of the painting is watercolors made on paper, and technique used tempera. This painting had been painted by Manaku in 1730 AD in Basoli style. In this painting, blue-skinned Krishna, as you can see in the picture, has been shown singing and dancing with gopis on the bank of the river Yamuna. There are necklaces around his neck made of pearls. Down his loins, he has worn a yellow-colored dhoti. 5 gopis you can count. They are well decorated with multicolored transparent seam apparels. They have been shown in many countenances. The faces are approximate, charming, and with big eyes. Their eyebrows are curved like a bow. Sufficient rounded foreheads and long charming noses are the characteristics of this painting. In the left side there is a gopi who is trying to make something known to other gopis, whereas in the right side Radha is standing with folding hands with her female attendant holding an umbrella in one of her hand. Radha's facial expression and costume are similar to those of other figures. In the background have been shown multicolored and multi-designed leaves of the trees. As you can see that the colors are different of the trees, The middle part of the background has been shown in light scarlet color, which indicates the surface. This painting is a unique example of Basoli's style of painting. Our next painting is Nand, Yashoda and Krishna with Kingsman going to Vrindavan. This painting is painted by Nansuk, a very famous painter at that time. Sub school is Kangra. They have used a tempera technique. The medium of the painting is watercolor. It is made on a paper. Now let's see the description. In this painting, the inhabitants of Gokul as well as Nandi, Yashoda and Krishna have been shown going to Vrindavan. They are going to the Vrindavan. This miniature painting was painted by Nansuk during the period 1785 to 90 AD. This episode is based on Bhagavad Puran and painted in Kangra style. This painting is standard, placid and bewitching. In this painting, 13 human figures have been shown. 3 of them have been shown swimming in the Yamuna, and rest of the figures have been shown in various countenance and wearing clothes of different colors on the other side of the river. In this painting, Krishna is standing near Yashodama, and he has a crown on his head with peacock feathers. So Krishna has been shown in blue color, half naked but wearing different ornaments made of gold and a large wreath of flowers round his neck. There is a golden crown on his head. He is signaling with hand towards the golden building of Vrindavan, peeping out through the clouds. And the inhabitants of Vrindavan, Nand and Yashoda, are looking that side. Surprisingly, all the persons are half naked except Nand and Yashoda. Another crowned person on the left side who has put on blue colored costume is possibly Balram. He is raising one of his hands up, signaling towards Vrindavan. All the human figures have worn stripped clothes down the loins, and their heads have also been covered with multicolored caps. On the left bank of the river, there is a bird sitting on a cut stem of a heavy tree. On the other stem has been shown a sitting bird. In the right side of the painting, there is a tree on which have been shown coiled round creepers. In the background, what is the background? In the background, the sky has been shown surrounded with clouds. Through the clouds, the golden building of Vrindavan peeping out. The ground of the other side of the river has been shown filled with greenery. It is such a beautiful painting. With this, here we have ended with the chapter.